Okay, Michelle, can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, what I'd like you to do is just to take some lovely breaths. And while you're doing that and getting rid of any stuff that doesn't serve you, I want you to go through your body and feel if there's any tension anywhere. Just be aware where the tension is and give it permission to release. Very good, very good. So today we're going to have a mother-daughter session, which is such a very beautiful, beautiful connection. It's a heart connection. And Gabi has given you permission as her mum to go and have a heart-to-heart conversation with her fountainhead of knowledge, that beautiful pyramid that resides in all of us. And your pyramid is going to be speaking to her pyramid. So I want you to take a big breath. And we're going to connect you with another time and space. And I'm going to count to 3. And when I reach 3, you will no longer be in this reality, but you will have gone through time and space, and you will see in front of you 2 beautiful crystals, very big crystals in the shape of a pyramid. And there will be 2 doors. One door will be for you. And when you step inside, you will be connecting with all your knowledge, your capstone of knowledge, the pyramid that resides within you. And there will be a door that opens up, an interleading door between you and Gabi's pyramid. And as she's given permission, that pyramid will open, and all knowledge that Gabi needs to know today will be given to you as a conduit, as a channel. I'm asking the Council of 8 to come in today, and for Gabi's counsel and guides to come in as well, and to speak to the council through you, giving you everything that you need, not only for Gabi, but for yourself, for this current incarnation, so that both of you can flow and expand to your fullest potential. 1, floating through time and space. 2, going at warp speed through the tunnels of energy into the all that is. Getting closer and closer, seeing the pyramids in front of you. And 3, be there now. Tell me, what is the first thing that you see?
Blue light. I'm traveling through a portal of blue light, and it's quick.
Yes. How does this blue light make you feel?
Riveting and lots of spine chills. It's fast, but it's calm.
It's calm. And where is it taking you? Ask it to direct you.
To my ankh or an ankh.
An ankh, an ankh or an ankh. Very good. And that is your key to the knowledge. Perfect. So when you get your ankh, explain to me more about the ankh.
It's golden in light, and it's very bright. It's almost like I want to look away from it.
So bright.
So bright, yet it has like I'm being gifted a key to open it and to put the key into the slot, but I'm fumbling to put the key into the slot, and I still want to shy away from it. It's like it's too bright. It's too bright.
Well, then ask them to just dim it slightly, keep the brightness but at an acceptable level, so that they could rather shine that light straight into the lock, so you have absolute accuracy and you can unlock it.
They're just asking me to calm my body down right now because my whole body is quivering.
Very good. Well, as we spoke about the energy field just before we started this, you are the commander and the master of your vessel. So you now tell it that it now needs to regulate itself. Releasing of energy, very, very good. But now it needs to be beautifully aligned so that you can travel on a super highway without any speed wobbles. There you go. Much better.
Much better.
Much better. So now that your hand is steady because the vehicle is not wobbling anymore, now you will be able to insert the key.
It is open.
Wonderful. What happens now?
There's clarity and this vast awareness of so much inner knowledge and outer expansion is what I'm being shown. And I've been taken into another portal and been taken into a spaceship.
Yes.
And in this spaceship, there are different beings from different species that are sitting around a table. They all have different looks, but a sense of calmness and a sense of, I'm being shown there's a commander who heads up the ship, and they are a very, 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 very high frequency. And they are telepathically bringing the messages into my third eye right now. They're showing me in here, but at the base of my neck.
Right, so they are giving you telepathic transfer of knowledge.
Yes.
So who do they call themselves, this particular spaceship with this commander and these beings? What is their connection with you and who do they call themselves?
They're smiling at me because they're finally showing themselves to me. They're saying, we are the council.
Yeah,
We
your
are,
beings.
they're my 8 beings. And they are, but they're not. They're not mine. They're for everyone to explore and for everyone to have knowledge too. Yet they are choosing me as the portal of light for the voice that they want to have humans hear their knowledge and their wisdom.
Beautiful. So you've been chosen as a channel. You're the person, the being right now on earth that is able to be like an ambassador for them.
Yes, and the commander has a very long, almost like he's giving me the name, but the visual he's given me is as Moses had a rod with a big knob on it,
Staff.
a staff, but it's not wooden, it's metal.
Yes.
And he's showing me that this is one of the antennas that you have been talking about. It's an antenna that within he's just slightly knocking it. And he says he's a he, but he's not a he. He's a balanced being. So I'm seeing him as a he. I feel as if his energy is a he, a masculine energy. He says, but he's not any of the above. And as he's knocking the staff, the vibration has been felt, and they're saying, and he's showing me that they collectively are helping and guiding me to, and we have a long time line together in the human walk for what is to come. But he's still slowly banging the staff, and he's showing me that this is creating so much of. He's very connected to the Schumann's resonance of the energy that's coming through, and there's flashes of white light.
Can you just pull your little thing off your chin? That's all. Yes, there you go. It was just
better?
giving you a little bit of thing. So as the stuff is flashing,
He's been banging his staff slowly, and he says he's very connected to the Schumann's resonance, and there's white lights, flashings of white lights that are connected to thousands of different galaxies, hundreds of thousands of different galaxies. And these galaxies are all pulling together, and they're showing me a matrix. And he says, explain it like a spider web. As a spider spins its web, it stops at a point, and it makes sure it's strong at that point, and then it continues, and it stops at the next point. And he's showing me as this has all been connected, it then creates a spiral, a gigantic big spiral that's coming down to Mother Earth. Massive, massive frequencies of light.
why is he showing you that? What can you do with that frequency? Or those frequencies, should I say?
They're having a conversation between all of themselves right now. And they're saying thank you for the questions, because these are very relevant to what is to come in this mother and daughter connection.
Very good.
And
won't you please thank them for being here today? I really appreciate it.
They are smiling at you, and they are saying that the frequencies that you are feeling right now in the connection of the web is how connected you are, Jill, and how connected I am, and how connected everybody is. And I've had another spaceship come and join. I'm looking and I see this very, very, very bright spaceship And it's the Galactic Federation of Light. They are so joyful for us. They are helping us to experience joy. You are helping transmissions come through from your beings, from your connectedness, Jill. And the resonance of the vibration is the joy that is being felt and expressed. And that is what they are showing, that they are wanting humans to connect more into their joyful angst. Humans have forgotten how to connect into their joyfulness. The galactic ship is massive. Whoa.
If you could say in human terms how big that ship is, what would it cover?
The size of the Pleiades, the size of the Andes mountains. I'm asking them to be more specific, please. Collectively, North Pole, South Pole, Mother Earth, Sun, Moon connection. Massive.
Massive.
They're saying they cannot actually even express how big this energy is, this federation of light is. It's so interconnected, it's so vast.
And when they talk about the light being so vast, is what I understand, but the physical, actual spaceship that came to greet you, how big is that?
The size of, they're showing me pictures of football fields, and the numbers just going up and up and up. 400 football fields. That is the size.
Thank you. Do they actually work inside the spaceship?
They do, yes.
And do they have smaller spaceships that are part of that one that come in and out, or do they only travel in that one big spaceship?
They have 100,000 spaceships that come out of this.
100,000 that come and do all the bits and pieces. Very good. So is there anything that they would like to tell you today, specifically for yourself, that you need to know?
That I'm on the right path, and the downloads and the messages I'm receiving are on point, even though many others may not at this time understand my thought processes, my ways, my articulations. It's about me opening up my ankh and knowing that my natural vibration is joy and light. It is a state and a way of being within inside of me. The dark, raw emotions are no longer as deep as what I used to think they would be or were.
Okay, so while you've got them there, I would very much like you to ask them about the connection between you and Gabi. And if you know that you said that you felt that the connection was so strong that if you ill, she becomes ill, and that's what you were thinking. Is this truly the case, or is there something else? What do they say?
There is a glitch in our system. There is a glitch in our resonance of our soul contract. And they're showing me the spider web, and they're showing me that our web is being built, and it's a very, very, very strong connection to each other's souls and hearts. And in the matrix of all that is, there's a one glitch, and the one glitch is connected to our belief systems around human masculine energy. And I need an eraser. They're giving me an eraser, and
very
it's,
good.
yeah.
So they actually they're reading my thoughts as I'm about to say, what do we do to repair the glitch or remove the glitch?
They are, as I'm scratching here, they are sending frequencies into the newness of, they're showing me my brain stem, and right here at the base, and and then erasing. They're erasing,
Erasing the old program.
correct,
All right.
programmings that we have consciously come in. I consciously came in, yet she is way ahead of me consciously, and
Right.
I have to erase my thoughts and my affections of what was, and how I affected or felt like I have affected her in being her mom, and the choices I made at the time of who I was when she was a baby.
Okay, so now I want you to ask them to put the holographic image of Gabi in front of you, like as if it's a 3D model, and she can stand there almost like she's on a round circular platform that just goes round and round, like a revolving restaurant. So you are able to see every aspect of her,
Mm-hmm.
and it's almost like you're looking at her original blueprint. Ask them now to scan her in front of you and see where any corrections need to be made for her well-being.
Right kidney, and they are busy repairing this within her DNA, within her blueprint. Left toe, her veins, her blood source. Her light is on dim at the moment. So they're saying to me that as they are making this reconnection in her body, they are rebuilding her kidney, her right kidney, now her left kidney, regenerating,
Very good.
her liver, and her blood from her toes it's starting to pump quicker and quicker, and her circulation will become better. Her veins will start to be seen more, as her veins were very much in her skin instead of popping out of her skin. Her throat, they are busy realigning in her throat and putting green in her throat area. Her vibration of her ears, they're showing me that as they are clearing and revibrating and working on her ears, her tuning in to all that is, but her tuning in as a singer is going to bring people to their knees with her voice. That is, it's angelic. The way people will hear her, they will be feeling it right in their heart. So they're retuning in her ears. They're There's spirals in her ears, and it's going down, and it's all connecting. They're showing me it's all connecting into her throat. Beautiful golden light that's permeating in, going into her heart, her hands. This being has huge healing abilities in her hands. I'm seeing her nails grow, connection into her diaphragm, her breath, and now they're working on her lungs. Left, right, 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 left, right. Her breath will be better. It won't be so heavy. They're showing me. They're filling up her lungs with new oxygen. New oxygen. And they're showing me that she was very concave, and now her diaphragm's expanding more. Her stomach and her digestive enzymes. She will handle the intolerances that she had previously. Her body will handle it better, where she will not have the indigestion and inflammation that she was feeling. And her microbes are starting to speak to each other differently, and her neurons are starting to speak to each other differently. Large intestine is in flow, small intestine is in flow, colon. Okay, they showed me this was magnificently designed. She had to have this purging in the last 2 days so that they could do this. They're shaking their heads, saying to me, I think I'm in control, but I'm not. Oh, funny. Her body had to get rid of everything, the out and the out, in order for this upgrade to take place. Her light is now bright. Her telepathic connection will be so, she will be that antenna. She will be that antenna. She is so connected. Oh, wow. She is the young and up and coming version of you, Jill. She's so connected. That's why she said to you, love you. She's so connected to your frequency, Jill, to your vibration. So they thank you for doing this and for taking the time.
It's an absolute pleasure. So when I said, or when rather you guys gave me the download to have Michelle here today, to be receiving the knowledge and to be the conduit for Gabi, it was the right way, because Michelle is now having a learning
Yes.
at the same time.
And an upgrade as well within her body and her vibration. So we thank you, Jill. Such joy.
It's just so simple, isn't it?
It's so simple, and they show me what a bright light she is. She is such an ascended master, and she's come at this time, as she too is going to have the wisdom of Moses, have the wisdom of Mother Mary. And they're showing me, as I'm saying this, the wisdom of Moses here on the left hand side of her body, the wisdom of Mother Mary, and on the right-hand side, the wisdom of Jesus. So there's a balance, and there's her pyramid.
Beautiful. And now that we've looked at Gabi, I want you now to ask them to show you standing in the hologram on the platform that goes around like a revolving restaurant. And as you now look at yourself, the version of Michelle, I want you to also ask them to scan that body, that holographic form, and see what they can do to help that form today.
They're starting on the outskirts of my liver, and there's pieces of metal that have been attracting these negative entities that I've pulled in, and they are replacing those metals. They want me to explain, Jill, because this happens to many humans, how when you take a magnet and you take and the magnet attracts like filaments, almost like charcoal. They're showing me charcoal now, and small bits of charcoal, and the filaments connect to the magnet. That's what many humans are starting to clear in their vibrational bodies and holograms of who they are. And that's where the spiral of all that has been shown within their heart centers, the spiral is becoming stronger. So they're just taking me back to my liver, and they're showing me those filaments that were dark. They were dark, and they were so interconnected to, I'm being shown reptilian energy, not good reptilian energy. And I'm being shown how the reptilians look like lizards, very connected to draconian energy, which was the control. And as they are taking this magnet and they are putting it towards my liver, the fragments are being pulled out, and my liver's regenerating. My spine is in flow, and they're showing me in between the cushions in my spine. They are extending me, which is going to help my knees even more so. And they're also rescanning my brain. They're helping me to, especially at the base on the right hand side, and all here on the right hand side where I had my fall off my bicycle, and I crushed. They never picked it up on the scan, but I crushed a part of my skull. They're fragments that are on the right hand side that have created this hormonal imbalance that's been going on inside of me for a long time. So they're showing me, you know how neuroscientists put that cap on and then they connect you to a machine, all the nodes. They've put a cap on me, and they're just rebalancing the frequencies. And they're saying that's why I've been spiking and hitting such lows, and spiking and hitting such lows, because my skull was completely indented, and they never picked that up when I had my crash. And they're just they're rebuilding my skull, and they're rebuilding the neural pathways in my body and my brain.
How do they do that? How are they doing that? Can you see? Are they using any technology, or how does it work?
It's light frequencies that are coming in.
Okay.
Almost, they're saying not like lightning, because lightning is intense, and it's almost, lightning scares humans, so they don't want to show it as lightning. It's more, it's soft pulsations of light that's coming through, and they're saying, can you see my hand?
Yes.
It's soft pulsations, and they're saying just feel that energy yourself as it's coming through. So
like a wave.
It's like a wave, and the commander is showing me, the council of 8 commanders just showing me with his staff again. He's just gently knocking it, and that's coming through, and it's coming through with very subtle colors that they are showing me right now, of blues and purples and greens and yellows, and they're saying, oh Michelle, just the whole system of the chakra, all the colors of the chakras. But they're saying chakra. I have to say chakra, not chakras, because the biggest chakra is here, the Ankh, the Merkaba, the pyramid. That's the biggest chakra. And they say, you know all of this, Jill, and hence your wisdom is being shared. Yet the antenna is where we are connected. So it's like they're lifting the antenna up. And they're saying, can you please just allow them? They want to keep the balance of the frequencies and the light going. And as they are connecting here, the balance of my hips is changing. There's warmth around my hips. And it's now going through into my legs, my toes, my fingers, my shoulders, my jaw. And they want us to know as humans that we have all forgotten at times that everything is connected. Everything. As they are doing this, what we as humans would call healing on me, they would say vibrational light. As humans are stuck on the healing, how are we healing? How are we healing? So they're saying, as you know, Jill, and Michelle knows and they're saying even Michelle will start to speak slower now. Her was this indentation she had on the right side of her brain. And she's been questioning us, how is it that I cannot slow myself down? So as you have slowed yourself down and noticed your frequency changing, Jill, hers now is happening too in this download of, they're saying deliberation of the vibration, of the intensity, of the frequency, of the all that is.
So that absolutely relates to what Michelle and I were talking just before we started the session about the energy field.
And they're saying, sorry, Jill, light codes, light codes, light codes. They wanted me to add that.
So they always tell us about these light codes. Can they just be a little more explicit so that people actually really understand what a light code is?
It's a differentiation in, and they're saying that because Michelle is kicking in right now, and they're saying, let it go. And they want to show you explicitly how this happens when these light codes come through. So they're saying, we are making this happen with Michelle right now, where she is erasing what we are sending her. And they're saying that these light codes, they're saying, okay, they're going to show us and share with us exactly what needs to be heard in this download.
Okay.
It is the differentiation of the invalidation of the frequencies that are being unlocked in the tombs of all existence. They are symbols, yet they are validations of what is known, and they are very deeply ingrained within the center of the universe. And they are known. And in the symbols that are being presented, and they are showing the M that you and Michael had spoken of once again. And these light codes are being shared with certain human beings within their vibrational frequency. And these human beings that have the antennas up will know exactly how to share these codes that are encoded within the universal gravitational understandings of the beings that are holding on to them. There are certain methodologies, certain dragons hold certain connections to these light codes, and they are saying, you have seen some of these dragons, Jill. They are coming to you.
Yep. Thank you very much for working on Michelle today. Michelle did have a few questions, as you know, but do you think that she will have received her answers in what you've presented so far?
Yes. We would like to take you back to the light codes, Jill.
Yes, please.
As the Galactic Federation of Light, are wanting you to know that there is a strong sense of self, which the downloads that you are receiving is teaching others that within the strong sense of self, because you have the strong sense of self, Jill, and it is now your time and your calling and your being of purpose, as you know, to deliver the strong sense of self. So there was a disconnect that happened as Michelle was talking about the dragons. And they're not saying only with you, but her too, as there was a pause. And there are certain stones that lie deep within certain places on the earth that are holding these light codes. And they are showing me a massive round crystal ball, and over the crystal ball, a grid. Similar to sacred geometry, but there's hundreds of thousands of millions of small pyramids over this big crystal ball. And this is one of the light codes that is being deciphered. And you are going to start to see these attunements and atonements. You, Jill, are going to start seeing them. And Michelle is going to start singing them. And your son is going to start putting music to them. There is a three-way connection between you and your son and Michelle. MMJ, JMM, MJM. And we are sharing this with you as you are receiving the downloads, Jill. Your son Max needs to hear it come out of Michelle's portal so he can start putting music to it. And this will be high vibrational, high frequencies to help humans heal their resonance of their disconnect inside of their DNA. And we would like it to be called DNA attuning and DNA atonement. As when one is atoning for themselves, they are finding their own tone, are they not, Jill?
Yeah, because then they are at one mint.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And we are applauding. We are applauding. So your galactic beings from the Federation are talking directly through. How is everything not connected, Jill?
Yeah, it's all connected.
Always. Yet in the displacement of how others learn to say to themselves or to others, we are this, we are that, we tune into that, we tune into that. Nothing is not connected. So in this crystal ball that is smooth, that shows no lines, no cracks, with these millions of Merkabahs, staffs, ankhs, seers, everything is within this connection. And they are now taking this connection. It is a grid that has been placed over Mother Earth for safekeeping. And you are one of the lights that is holding the safekeeping. Michelle is one of the lights that is holding the safekeeping. And the information will keep being shared as in how humans are ready to receive it. And there are millions and millions of, and Michelle will be able to draw this for you as the way we are showing it to her within these pyramids of light.
Just like you showed her the 369, which became a symbol that looked like a musical note, like an octave.
Yes. So that is the symbol that we would like for this new evolving company or new light code and light frequencies to be used on what you humans would term the internet, the connections, the webs, the websites, the whatever you want to call it. That is your symbol of light, Jill.
Wonderful, thank you so much, because Max has been passionate about his music, but the thing that he's most passionate about is the frequency And he said he keeps on seeing actual physical frequency in the air around him, like digital noise. And he's been so lost because he didn't really know what to do with himself. He just kept on saying, I've got to work for myself. I can't work for these corporations anymore. So he's become very, very authentic and true to himself, but at the same time, feeling like he's not reaching his potential, like treading water. And, there must be so many humans that are like this at the moment. What can we say today to help those that are also treading water?
Stand still. In the vibration of treading water, one is very imbalanced. One is not solid. One is not within their oneness of self, within their God. When you take a triangle and you place it upside down, it does not matter how you look at it. If you place it to the corner, that corner, that corner, that way, it is still a triangle, is it not? It still has three corners, does it not?
Yes.
And as the vibration that has been coming into Max's ears, and he is not knowing, when it comes out of Michelle's voice box, he will know. There will be an instant connection as to what he has to do. We would say to him, get the equipment. Take the money that he has and get the right equipment to help for the sound, the sound, the sound. And for the humans who are feeling unwavered, unbalanced, stand on 2 feet. For those of you that have 2 feet, even for those of you who are in wheelchairs, they will feel the pulsations within their wheelchairs. They will feel the pulsations within their hands. They will feel the pulsations within their heads. And it's all being finely tuned. So it is about standing, connecting. As you know, Jill, connect hand to heart, hand to stomach, hand to heart, hand to head. And in these connections, there will become more and more and more enlightenment. Enlightenment.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. So I would actually still like to know about the staff that the commanders got, because I know that the different heads of the staff have got different shapes. Could he show you the shape on the top of his staff today and what it means?
This as we are taking Michelle's eyes and wanting her to see so she can express what we are showing her, the top of the staff turns from a round crystal ball, which is clear. For the humans that understand what a quartz crystal looks like, that is how it looks. It then morphs into a different shape, and then it morphs into a different shape. The first shape that it morphs into is a big we are showing Michelle a dragon head, as dragons hold centuries of wisdom. And then that morphs back into the crystal ball. And then it morphs into what is a triangle. And in this triangle, there are every colors known to be true to mankind. The glitter that you were talking about early on, Jill. Every single piece of glitter has a different color within this triangle. And then it goes back into the crystal ball. And then it morphs out. And then there's a spiral, a golden spiral. And it is a thick golden spiral that we are showing her. And then it morphs back into. So these are all, as you know, Jill, a hologram. It's the way we are describing it. Yet, this is the energy that we are showing you with Michelle's hands right now. And everything is being filtered. Everything as humans see as disruption, as these vibrations of the staff are being sent to earth. We are very, 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 very aware of what is uprising in humans. The time for change is coming, as you are aware, Jill. And what we are showing you within this uprising is the time of change within, 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 within. Hence, so many humans are going through the upgrades. So the staff has all the knowledge, and we would like to share this knowledge in these downloads, and we are thankful, Jill, that you listen. This was about Michelle's daughter, as you know, this connection. Yet she was the portal of light that needed to help this connection happen again. This connection, this connection, this connection, this connection. And you are so in tune with your listening, Jill, that you know what needs to be done. So we thank you. There are many other processes. And as a, you know, when there is a procession, a march like the Mardi Gras, and how these beautiful different designs in the Mardi Gras, in the different floats that are created, in the different creativities, and as people are aligning the streets, we call this the Mardi Gras. As people are aligning the streets, and as they are seeing everything that has been built, it is creating a different vibration on the earth. People get happy when they see these processions, when they see the drums being played, when they see the drum majorettes, when they see what has been and what is coming, what is unfolding is one of greatness, Jill. One of greatness. This is the change.
So this is the change that is coming. And you know, there are so many that live in fear, not realizing this is just a temporary time, like a little blip on the radar, and that they're here to do a job.
Yes, the timelines are set as they have been set in stone that are on the walls within the pyramids. Yet the timelines are massively shifting quantumly. So on these timelines, it seems as if, and this is what is up and coming, the timeline is finding a different frequency. And for those that are in fear, they will take a dip in the timeline. They will feel the fear that they're bringing in. For those that are shifting and jumping onto the next timeline, they will arise above.
Beautifully said. Thank you so much. Now, is there anything else that I should have asked specifically for Michelle and Gabi today that I didn't, that they both need to know about?
Their continuous evolving of forgiveness within themselves is the unlocking that is taking place. And in the truths of who they both are, yet in the true love that they have for one another, it is a glue that is so firmly stuck together. We hope you can hear this.
Yes, we can.
In that vibration that they have for their love for one another, it is firm, it is set in stone, long before they even came into this existence. They are both on the right paths. And Gabi knows which university to choose. She needs the guidance of her father figure, as he is and plays a very strong, and we want to be clear in the father that she chose, not as her biological father, the father that she chose as her new and improved father figure, as they have both taught her so much in this lifetime, yet she needs the guidance more of her father called Brent, as he is the one that is very strong. He has a very strong empowerment and wisdom inside of us that is currently being unlocked. And as he has this knowing and this inner resilience and strength, he is a force of power, Jill. He is strong. And she seeks his validation more. So we are letting Michelle know that the forgiveness work that she has done up until this time, the love and compassion that she has done, not only for herself but for others, has paid off. She can tick the box. No more despair. No more disappointment.
That is such good news. Such good news. Thank you. So before we go, I wonder if I could just ask you a favor. Earlier on, you showed the brightness of the light as she was trying to find the key to open up the Ankh. Could you please show her the brightness of who she is, so that as she continues with her sessions and her work ahead, she will always remember that picture, even as a Michelle that is such a light beacon. She too has her dark days, but if she has this beautiful, beautiful light and this image, all she needs to do is flash it up and it'll help her with those darker moments. Could you show it to her now so she can have a glimpse of her soul, please?
is now full.
Beautiful. So recently I found out that each human has a song. It is
Correct.
specifically and uniquely theirs and their tone. So was that Michelle's tone, her song?
Michelle has many tones inside of her that are busy being unlocked. And she is like a chameleon. She is able to change the tone according to the client or people that she is around with. So there are many tones and frequencies that are starting to be shown and shared. And in the resonance of her tone, Jill, she's able to help the vibration shift in other humans. So thank you for asking this question, as there is not only one tone that humans are able to allow. It is as simple as you said it earlier on, the different colors vibrate and resonate at different times.
Very good. Now that she's seen you and your faces around the table in the spaceship, I think it'll give her a greater feeling of connection. So I'd like to thank you. I know that that's something that she's grateful for. It's a human thing. We love to actually see something visual in front of us. We seem to have a deeper connection somehow. And I would actually like to thank you so much for today. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to more of these communications with you.
We are too, Jill, and we are so incredibly grateful and in admiration of the work that you all continuously do. And we would like anybody watching this to know that not one is singled out as the work that is being done. It's all unfolding for everyone within the connection of the divine. And as your Galactic Federation are attuned to all the beings out there, so are every humans attuned in themselves. So we thank you for this continuous work, Jill.
An absolute pleasure. So with that, would you say that we are complete?
This is true, yes. Thank you.
That's wonderful. So I don't think I know how to bring myself back onto the screen. Oh, there I do. There you go. So, Michelle, you've done such a great job today. So it'll be now time to bring you back out of all that gorgeousness, but not to worry, we'll be back again. And I'm going to count from 1 to 5. And when I reach 5, you're going to be back in your body, remembering everything, feeling fabulous. And 1, starting to move around, and 2, stretching, and 3, opening up those eyes, opening up, and 4, welcome back, and 5. There you go.
Sure.
Well, that was exactly what you thought was going to happen.
Wow. That's incredible.
Isn't it just such fun?
Oh, funny.
Who would have thought? No wonder they told me they wanted you.
Wow.
They actually had a message, didn't they, that they wanted to get through. So instead of having Gabi, they told me, no, you've got to connect with Michelle, because Michelle will be able, and the way they showed me how the connection is with all of us, that you could have permission from Gabi to have this whole connection, to speak to each other and to her guides, or the wisdom that came through. I just love that.
Wow, Julie. That's incredible, hey? And you know what? I'm starting to realize more and more. It's that, when we let go of the guilt, when we let go of the deception, when we let go of the feelings of should I just picked up my phone last night and Jill can come back and say, no, it's not going to work for me today, and I just left it. There was no feelings of, how you and I have felt in the past, like, should we, shouldn't we? It was just like, if it's meant to happen, it will happen.
Yeah.
And that was beautiful. It was like, and even Brent and I had a beautiful moment of reconnection this morning, where those synchronicities happen the more we just allow and open. Isn't that beautiful? So thank you for listening, and thank you for having such a deep connection to yourself and your guides. Gosh, man. And I didn't even question it this morning. You sent it, and I was like, I'm trusting your guidance. That's it. It's that simple, Beautiful, eh?
Well, I just followed mine, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I can't take credit for that.
Well, you can.
You're on, girl. And this is the way it's going to be.
Shit, man. You know what's beautiful, hey, is that I now see how easy it was for you and Elba.
Yeah.
It was just immaculate and magical and immeasurable. It was just easy. I could just see how the flow just felt and how it happened. Because when you're out there, because I've often gone, fuck, how did Jill get all this information? Who would have thought? Jesus.
Yeah.
It's like, I remember them saying, no, how did it was coming through. But when you let the information, when the information comes through and it lands, there it is, it's solid. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Like, it's kind of like when you sent me and I was going down the portal, and and where am I going? You perfect in the way you give the guidance, and then it's like, and then I just landed. And it's like, okay, there it is. Oh God, it's so bright. Yeah, here I am.
Yeah.
Wow, it's so bright. But I didn't even know what an ankh was. I've heard you say it many times, but now it's like, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. Interesting, hey?
Which is that knowledge, which everything that you hold, which is your golden key.
And well, listen to this. This is what's even so more profound, is because I don't know what I was doing yesterday, but I started listening to you and Michael when I was going for a walk the other day. But I forgot my earphones, so I was listening like this, and just going. I was like, shit, I gotta remember that. Wow, that's profound. And then yesterday I listened to the whole thing, but I was so in my body and so in it, and I was like, it's something that you got to, in my opinion, you got to listen to what the two of you speak about over and over and over again, because the knowledge that he has is, or that you both have, is profound,
But we all have, really.
Yes. Yet I listened differently. I just listened where I was like, and I promise you, I think I actually said it in my comments, because I commented and I was like, thank you very much. And then I had to edit my comment, because when I listened, my heart was so warm. It was so open and so expansive. And I was like, how do I tell people this? Like, when you listen with everything inside of you, with that knowing, and I honestly feel like you two unlocked something inside of me.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh my God.
But you know what, Michelle, what excites me and fascinates me is that, as I said to Michael, that a few years ago I wouldn't have been able to have that interview with him.
Yeah.
Right? Because I wouldn't have been ready, and maybe he wouldn't have been ready either. It would have been different.
Yeah.
But I was actually gifted that interview because Robert Lindsay Milne, who is that amazing clairvoyant, he as soon as he heard Michael and he interviewed Michael, he said, Jill, I thought of you immediately, and I told Michael he has to be on your show. So do you see how we are all connected, and none of us do this alone?
Yes. And but what's
So we can't
beautiful,
say, look at me, I'm so fabulous. No, not at
no,
all. We are fabulous if we collaborate and allow each
yes,
other to work together.
yes,
It's
yes,
not taking anything away from anybody
no,
by opening and saying, here's a slice of Michelle.
yes,
Here's Alba. Here's Sabrina. Here's Laura. Here's whoever.
yes. But that's where I'm discovering, and we've got to find a way how we can teach this or share it. I feel like in Monica we probably will, but it's like that's when, as soon as you have that moment of like, oh, like I'll use Deb Nye as an example, not
Yes.
in taking away anything from her, but as soon as you have that moment of ego, why didn't they mention me? You lose that kink in the field happens where you disconnect yourself from the togetherness, from that collaboration. Because it's and that's just for me where it's that little person inside of us that just didn't feel loved or didn't feel connected to everything that is.
So what I'd like to say on her behalf is that I think she was saying, what about me? When am I going to be recognized? Not
Yes,
just by us, but by everybody. And there's so many,
yes,
like,
yes,
just please see me.
yes,
We've all
exactly,
we've all been there. We've got a
100%.
voice and we all want to be heard.
Yes,
But they tell me that we are going to go on tour. We are going to do this work together. There are going to be large auditoriums. We are going to do it with those other two, and we're going to do it by ourselves and together. And it's going to be POP, pop, when it pops, when the bubble pops and you see it, because that is power of people,
nice,
right? So it's power
awesome.
of the people, to the people, for the people.
Yes,
So we are going to show the people, we're going to pop the bubble of illusion as to
yes,
what they think they are, and disperse all the pity parties, show them how the energy field works, and then bring in the abundance.
yes. Well, the fact that you say that, remember I said to you last week, and this is how quick things are happening. So Justine and I landed up in the same session yesterday because when I saw her, I first sent her a message saying, "Hi, how's it feel getting up so early in the morning?" And then we landed up, I think in the third or fourth session, we landed up together and we just smiled at each other.
In Alba's gathering,
Yes,
yes.
at Elvis Gathering, sorry. And I chuckled and I was like, there it is. I asked for the connection. I mean, I didn't even know that Justine was going to be in the connection. You know what I mean? It's like I
Yes.
didn't know she was going to be in the gathering. And as much as I was going through this, like on Saturday night with the storm we're having, I was like, oh my God. I kept getting this, Michelle, you got to be there. You got to be there. And her and I had such an awesome connection. And we just both smiled and we both felt like, and in the group that we had, we sort of were connecting with the other woman and it just felt light. And I went, there it is. Her and I both needed that because she's connected with Michelle, she's connected with you. But her and I felt that little bit of a, not even it was just like a, how do we connect with each other? So yes, to go back to Deb, it's exactly that. It's the little girl inside of her that's gone, well, what about me?
Well, she's doing great work. I mean, I've
No,
just been
she's
watching her
fabulous.
blossom. It's just wonderful.
She's fabulous, exactly. But she had to come into her own, you see. So
Yes.
it's never the way we think it's going to be. It's never, but when again, if at any time I wasn't feeling like, if I was in a lower vibration or in a shitty space and thinking anything negative around anybody, I'm taking myself out of the equation. I'm not in the connectedness of all that is. And
Yes.
it's just an amazing way of, Brent actually showed it to me this morning because we sat together and he was, and you'll probably get this as well, but he showed me how in my he was saying to me, okay, Bun, now tell me, how do you see your future? What are you visualizing? Because I get the messages a lot when I'm in the kitchen or when I'm in the shower. So he says, okay, so what he did was, I'm visual, Julie, so he had to write it. So
Yes.
the first thing he wrote was, invited to speak, because I said I want to be, for us to be invited to speak. I know you and I have spoken about this, but how do we get invited to speak across the world? Like you bringing Antonio here, or you brought Antonio and Alba here,
Yeah.
okay? But they came as well, so it was a connection. And then my next thing was like, okay, find your joy. Jules got just own yourself. Michelle's had find your joy. I'm not connected into find your joy in the sense of like it's mine. It's just like, how do we teach people to find their joy? That's another thing. Like, how do I take that
That's
empowerment?
easy.
Tell me.
Well, the energy field, all they have to do is look at their life right now. Is it abundant? Is it flowing? Are they happy? Do they wake
Yeah.
up every morning going, yeah, ready for another day?
Yeah.
If they're not, then we show them how they're using the energy field.
Yes. Which
Right. So it's
starts
like
with what?
going shopping. And we can do
Yes.
it, we can teach them how it is. What are they putting in their shopping basket when they're
Yes.
going to get the groceries?
Yes.
That's what they're taking home,
Yes.
right?
Now, yes. Now,
Keep it
okay.
simple.
Keep it simple. But how profound is this? Because remember, you and I sat over 2 years ago thinking what we could do for the Donna Eden get gathering. Remember, we sat,
Yes,
okay?
yes.
Now, I think, and this is when I'm
Oh,
seeing
I'm so
how they,
excited.
me too, me too. But you know what's interesting is we forget where we've come from. And sometimes we need those little reminders, okay? Because even my brother-in-law, Stephen and Maria, I'll send some photos if you want to you, how they're in Egypt at the moment, and they got taken into the second pyramid yesterday, and they managed now. I think I shared with you. Shira said you can't do any meditation, blah blah blah, but they're very high vibrational, Steve and Maria, and they managed to do meditation for 15 minutes in the pyramid. And the guard was a little bit nervous, but he allowed it. Okay, and then there's the oldest son, which I was shown. I did a channeling for Steve a few weeks ago, and Samuel, the oldest one, is very interconnected, very like he's been around. They showed, I think, billions of years. He apparently got very woozy in the pyramid, and he got quite nauseous. So he could only handle being in the vibration for a few minutes, and then the guard took him out. So I said to Steve, Steve, if you're getting any downloads for my business, please let me know. Now, when they were here 3 years ago, in June 2018, they weren't in a very good space because he was working with his ankylosing spondylitis. He had just found out she had had an affair, so they were in a very not so good space. But neither were Brent and I at that time too. But you know what he reminded me of? He goes, Michelle, you're doing amazingly well. He says, I remember the Michelle that used to take flyers and go to the yoga studios to try and find clients. And now look at us, Julie, in such a short space in time. Look how far we've come in 2.5, 3 years. Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, but we've also put in the work, I suppose, and we've allowed ourselves to be vulnerable because it doesn't just happen overnight.
No, oh my
And,
God, it
and, and that's
doesn't.
the message I want people to know that
Yeah.
your guides will be aligning you perfectly, and suddenly it's magical.
Oh God, for sure, for sure. So, which leads me to the next thing. So we've put you just this is obviously for me, Counsel of Eight, Grief and Trauma Intuitive, and mediumship. Okay. So Brent's now gone, okay, Bunny, this is big picture. So what do we need to, he's bringing me back to, okay, what do we need to concentrate? Foundation. What do we need to work with right now? Which is obviously my one-on-ones with my clients, the event coming up in Wanaka. So that's where I've got to build the traction, okay? And now what he's done here, he's gone, okay, August, September, October, November, December, January. So he's helping me to build a calendar to look ahead because I've started a newsletter now and all that. And he's gone, okay, check all of this in his writing. You're probably getting pictures right now and messages, but he's like, this is all collaboration, and all of this collaboration comes into this. So he says that it's all about, and it's interesting because Joe Dispenza teaches this. When we go into the gamma state, we collaborate more. We bring more people into our space. We're not feeling threatened. We're not in that limbic brain of fight, flight, or control. I need
Yeah,
competition.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
mine. That kind of thing. So that's the beauty of even him and I just sitting, because I'm like, he says, you are big picture. He says, but you just fly by this. And I've always done that. I've always just gone, oh, let me do this. Okay, let me make this happen now. Now he's showing me from a marketing perspective, alrighty, let's concentrate on this right now. And I'm like, shit, man, you're so good at this shit. How do we help you? Because we came to the understanding this morning that as much as he wants to help me, help Michelle, it's not his be all and end all. It doesn't fill his soul. It's like this, like you and I speak spiritual language. We speak the way we speak. It fills us up. It's not him. So his thing is buying and selling, finding collectible pieces, motorbikes. That's what fills his soul up. And guess what? He's going to sell a lot of his motorbikes in order to rebuild and rebirth. He's letting go of the
Fantastic.
old.
I love
Exactly.
it. I
It's
love
so
it.
so so that's what he said. He says he's carried us, and he's carried me, and he has. Financially, he's carried me in order for me to have this growth. And now he said to me this morning without any resentment, and he got sad. He said, Bun, this is my time now, and I want to be carried in a different way. I want to give back to myself. He says, because I carried you in being a mother. He says, I feel like, he says, I'm happy to support you. And he is. He's going to still continue with where he can. But it is his time. And I said, I get it. I get it. And there was a softness in the connection between the two of us, which was beautiful. And
Do you know why? Because there's no manipulation. So when nobody's wanting something out of another, but are just speaking from their heart, then you can feel it.
yes.
Makes a big difference.
Oh, God. Now, how do we teach that between what
Easy by being
you see?
authentic. The stories,
Yes.
well, just by all the stories they tell us and give us, and we just share those
Yes.
because then
Yes.
everybody can relate. And it's
Yes.
how you respond to any given situation,
Yes.
whether you are reactive.
Yes.
And then you hear people saying, oh, they did this to me and they did that. No, they didn't.
Mm.
You reacted a certain way. And why did you react that way? And if somebody triggers you, nobody can trigger you without permission. So they are actually giving you little nuggets. You ought to say tears are golden. Well, being triggered is golden because it's showing you what area of
Feeling.
yourself you
Yes.
haven't mastered.
Exactly. And that's exactly what happened this morning, because I could see his natural body reaction. Like, I'm a squirrel. I'm going to say I can. I'm starting to articulate things better because I'm starting to see things better. So his natural response is to get irritated and frustrated. But then he went, I just don't know how to express myself. I go, you just did. Good. You've just given that little boy, that little 2-year-old self, permission to have a little moment. He says, I don't know what the core is. He goes, I said, I know what one of your core roots are. And his mother said to me when she was still alive, she'll never forget when Brent was 2 and his younger brother Stephen, who's at the pyramids now, was born. She was standing at the home and Brent was walking away and he was like looking, and she said she could see on his face like, you don't love me anymore, you've got another new baby. And I said, there you go, you've just given that little 2-year-old permission to have a moment, And he just got a little bit teary, and I said, good for you. And it was soft, and it's exactly that. The trigger is there for the moment of, what did they say? Not healing. We call it healing. What did they say earlier on?
Like something or other.
Yeah, I'll have to re-listen
Yeah.
to it and see. But we're on, like, I can feel it. I can feel the event. It's starting to collect momentum. I can just feel it. And I don't know about you, but I've been shown we're going to be fully booked for that event. And it's going
It's
to
going
be
to be
amazing.
wonderful.
It is wonderful. It just is. And then I chuckled because I met on one of my breakout sessions Stephanie, she came to the introspective hypnosis. She's on the North Island. I think she's a beautiful Maori woman.
Yes, definitely. She's living in Australia at the moment, but she's from New
Is
Zealand.
she?
Same
That's what I
person.
thought. I was like, yes, man, you sound Australian, but we didn't get time. And she says to me, Michelle, I watched something with you when you still had blonde hair. And I'm like, oh my God, that was like over 2.5 years ago in the first lockdown. And she goes, I remember just liking you. And then we started laughing about, she goes, yes, I think I'm going to come again next year. And she says, I've already sent a message to Jill. And I'm like, my room's already booked. I'm willing to share my bed with you, Steph, but Jill's already got a full house. Okay. So I think you need to chat to Greg because there might be a few campers in your garden, Jilly.
A marquee, a marquee.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
listen, Richie, thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank
This
you,
has
my
been
friend.
absolutely wonderful,
Shite.
and we'll do it again.
Always is, isn't it? Hey, yes, man. What you gonna call this one? This is
I,
amazing.
I don't know, but what would you like to say to everybody as we end the session today?
Um, we all know. We all know. It's inside. And trust that knowing in whichever way it shows up. Sometimes it may feel like it's not the knowing that we want to know, but it's there, Angelic. It's absolutely there. And I love you. I love you. I love you, Julie, so, so much. And I love everybody that's coming into my life. I'm so, so blessed. So thank you.
It's
Thank
a
you for
pleasure,
trusting
and
you. And thank you for
and,
trusting
and,
me.
the, and the same to you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do something I've never done before, and I'm going to say, if anybody's listening to this and they want to see more of this sort of stuff, like and subscribe. Isn't that the big thing that I'm saying?
Yes.
Like and subscribe and share this video.
Come on. We want that traction. Woo!
Well,
It's
it's
just a
just,
button, guys. It's just a button.
yeah, so press the golden button
Yep,
so that you
absolutely.
can have the golden key unlocked as Michelle gives you more information with the sessions to come. So thank you everybody for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this, and we look forward to all your comments. Lots and lots of love. Cheers.
Bye, guys.